Man, what's up, man? What's going on? It's your boy Roddy Rod, man. I'm back with another episode. Uh, I just wanted to talk about a couple of things, and for one, I wanted to start off with Joe Biden calling all the Trump supporters garbage. I got a clip to show y'all also where some people who was on CNN was trying to defend it and say that he was stuttering or he had some other type of issue going on, which is BS to me. But everybody who's just joining me, I got a poll. I'm gonna put the link to the poll in the chat. But if you want to vote for the poll, you can just use hashtag Trump or hashtag Harris, and it should register in my poll. But the question is, well, I didn't change the question. The question is going to be, who are you voting for? Trump or Harris? Let me change the question real quick. There it is. All right, the question is, who are you voting for, Trump or Harris? Just put it in the chat box, or you can just use this link that I'm about to put up here right now. It should come in the chat. Click that link. If you can't click that link, you should be able to copy and paste it at least. But as y'all saw the other day, what we got? As y'all saw the other day, Joe Biden, I don't know if he went on live or what he was doing. I mean, why would he even be coming out and speaking on the election right now after they already deemed him unfit to continue to try to run for president and to speak on another candidate at this point, which is unreal to me how they would even let him do that. But let me get to this clip, man. Y'all hear what he said.
Puerto Rico, where I'm in my home state of Delaware, they're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. Puerto Rico.
I can't even believe they would let him come out and say something like that. And you actually had people who was defending this and saying, like I said he was stuttering or whatever, which just didn't make any sense to me. Let me show y'all what was said on CNN. Just craziness.
Say though, Bakari, he was in his house, the White House. He was in his house doing this, and the reporting is that there are places that he can be useful, but he's not everywhere like you might expect a sitting president to be for his vice president.
I don't know that I would expect this president to be everywhere in this moment. I mean, look, a critical element, any coach will tell you, any CEO will tell you, a critical element of running a team and winning is a...
Is it just me, or do they just constantly make excuses for him? But every little thing that Trump says or does, they go straight into it and they'll blow it up. He's a Nazi, he's fascist, he's all these things. He could what was they saying? He said he was gonna give police immunity, and they just, oh my God, he's gonna kill every black person in America. Every black person is gonna get locked up. All of these things, not realizing that a lot of us, people like me, have already come to the conclusion that he was already president once. So how is all of these things gonna happen if he could have just done them the first time around? So he sabotaged himself the first time around to come back and try to get us with it again when he could have just done it the first time. If he wanted to put us in chains, if he wanted to lock all these people up, if he wanted to kill these people, if he wanted to lock up people who disagreed with him, why haven't these things happened? You got to understand that they're just blowing smoke up our asses. It's all BS. And they're pushing narratives to make him seem as if he's this evil, diabolical person. And we've seen instances where rappers used to always talk about Trump and they wanted to be like Trump and got money like Trump and do this like Trump. So all of a sudden now you're scared of him. No, we need to get him out of the White House. He doesn't need to be the president anymore. Okay, well, why was you rapping about it? It doesn't make any sense.
Assessing the strengths and weaknesses of your team members and making sure you allocate them in the right way. Joe Biden has never been a big arena speaker. He's never been the most fluid speaker. And by the way, as someone...
And Trump hasn't been the most fluid speaker, but he speaks way better than Joe Biden at this point. He's hitting better points than Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is constantly telling us to go to her website. She doesn't even answer the questions that they ask her. They try to act like he's not a fit person. I see Trump every day in different places. And he eats McDonald's and shit, bro. Like, come on, man. He be eating fries, burgers. He be stopping at fast food restaurants. And then y'all try to act like it's something wrong with him. Joe Biden is the one that say he eats healthy, he walks, he does all these things. And yet he's stuttering on TV. Y'all didn't even want the man to run for president the second time. Y'all basically just forced him out the way.
Who had a stutter growing up. It's very obvious to me that there's an apostrophe at the end of supporters there. He was referring to the garbage spewed by supporters, not simply the supporters themselves. But Joe Biden has been on the campaign trail. He's best getting ice cream in Maryland, like he was today.
He's best getting ice cream in Maryland. It's just crazy that they'll make any excuse for this guy, man. Donald Trump doesn't get no pass. Even his supporters don't get a pass. Anything that we say, especially as black men, nobody don't want to hear it. I've even heard a woman say that black men should be castrated for voting for Donald Trump. This is the craziness that I've heard. Everybody who's watching this, I appreciate y'all watching it. If you wouldn't mind. It's a poll I got up here. It says, who are you voting for, Donald Trump or Kamala Harris? You can either click the link that I got in the chat, or you can just type hashtag Trump if you want to vote for Trump. If you want to vote for Harris, just type hashtag Harris, and it should change the results of my poll. Give me a second.
He's best showing moments of empathy in Arizona like he was last week. He's best with union folks as he was in Pittsburgh last week as well. You use people where they are best. You put Obama in a big arena, you put Michelle in a big arena, and you put Joe Biden in front of a bunch of union people.
Yeah, you put Barack Obama and Michelle Obama in front of black folks and treat them like that's our mama and daddy. That's a good tactic. Bring them out so they can tell us how to vote, tell us what to do. Tell us who we better do this, and we better do this as men. What's going on? Just give me a second on this video. I'm gonna cut to the video of Michelle Obama telling men how to vote and telling women how to vote, and that it's their vote. But in the same breath, they telling us that we should vote for Kamala Harris. So it's not our choice. We just gotta do what y'all say. Not gonna happen, lady.
What side of history do you want to be on? Now, I recognize that there are a lot of angry, disillusioned people out there, upset with the slow pace of change. And I get it. It is reasonable to be frustrated. We all know we have a lot more work to do in this country. But to anyone out there thinking about sitting out this election or voting for Donald Trump or a third party.
Right there. Telling you how to vote. But then she gonna turn around and tell women that, you can just vote for Kamala Harris. It's a private matter. Ha! Speaking out of both sides of your neck, that's what they call it.
Candidate in protest because you're fed up. Let me warn you, your rage does not exist in a vacuum. If we don't get this election right, your wife, your daughter, your mother, we as women will become collateral damage to you.
There you go with the fear mongering again. If he was gonna do it, he would have did it the first time. Why didn't he do it the first time? You got to wake up and realize what's going on. They'll say anything to get this lady in there. They telling black men that we misogynistic. We don't like women, especially black women.
Your rage. Are you as men prepared to look into the eyes of the women and children you love and tell them that you supported this assault on our safety?
Yes, because it's not an assault on your safety. If he would have did it, he would have did it the first time. Stop fear-mongering. Cut this BS out. He was already the president. How many times do I got to say this? That's all I need to know. If all this stuff was going to happen, he would have did it the first time. I don't need Barack and Michelle to come out and act like they're my mama and my daddy and tell me which way that I need to vote. Because obviously you don't want it to be my choice, but as a woman, you want it to be their choice. And it's a private matter. But when it comes to us, it's not a private matter. We need to vote like our moms would vote, as Roland Martin would say, and just do what we need to do. We just need to shut up. That's the problem with society now. You don't want men to take the lead. You want women to take the lead. That's the problem.
And to the women listening, we have every right to demand that the men in our lives do better by us. We have to use our voices to make these choices clear to the men that we love. Our lives are worth more than their anger and disappointment. And we are more than just baby-making vessels.
That's not our side saying that. That's your side saying that. Your side is the side that don't even want people to have babies. Remember? They want you to have the right to have abortions, which it is your choice. But at the same time, you can't go around preaching that, you want to have more babies and do all these things, but then at the same time, you fighting so that you can have the right to abort babies at will. The other side they don't even want abortions at all. Once again, like I say, speaking out of both sides of your neck. So we got our mom up here. She's the mother of all the blacks. Gonna tell us what to do. Somehow, because we vote for Trump, we heard them. No.
And if you are a woman who lives in a household of men that don't listen to you or value your opinion, just remember that your vote is a private matter. Regardless of the...
All right, well, don't be asking your husbands and your nephews and stuff who they voting for then. Don't ask me nothing. You vote how you gonna vote, I'm gonna vote how I'm gonna vote. It's a private matter.
The political views of your partner, you get to choose. You get to use your judgment and cast your vote for yourself and the women in your life. Remember, women, standing up for what is best for us can make the difference in this election.
What about us? That's why black men don't want to vote for this party. They don't even talk about black men. Basically, they just tell black men to shut up. Go away. Vote like a woman. Do like Roland does. Dance around and get mad at black men and tell us we need to vote like our moms and our aunties and grandmas. Because you know what they always say? I come from a woman, so I better vote like a woman. I come from a woman. So a man didn't have no part in a person being born. It's like they just forget about that part of it. It's all this one-sided stuff. Just a bunch of BS. Back to this guy who was, Lord have mercy. Where did it go? Here we go.
Well, doing retail politics.
You could make the argument
Joe Biden.
that they would be fine if Joe Biden wasn't anywhere near a microphone between now and next Tuesday.
Let me just accept the most charitable framing of this, which you just gave. Why is he sitting in front of a laptop at the exact same moment Kamala Harris is out on his backyard trying to give the closing argument to her campaign? What in the world is he doing? Now, I don't accept your framing of it personally, because I actually do believe he, Harris, the Democratic Party, and most of their campaign do believe that half the country is garbage. They've also said people who go to Trump rallies are Nazis. And so it's pretty apparent the disdain with which they hold half of the country in.
That's not true.
Everybody jumping on him. A news organization like CNN is supposed to be straight up and down the middle. You got the host picking sides, playing favorites, and the dude obviously told the truth. Obviously told the truth. They're the ones that's making excuses. But soon as he gives his submission about it, then it's Scott, you just man, you making all this stuff up. No, he's not. Hillary Clinton already called them deplorables the last election cycle when she was going against Trump. She called them deplorables. Now he's calling them garbage. So we didn't hear that. We actually heard these words come out their mouth, but yet they keep saying Donald Trump is a Nazi and a fascist. Has he said that? No, we just gonna make it up. We just gonna go off of something he said. We just say it like that. That's what we'll do. But we heard these people call people deplorables, Nazis, and now garbage. Okay. I didn't hear him say that.
Party already litigated it in Kamala's speech tonight.
But as a tactical matter today,
No, but you don't just get to say
why in
that.
the world is Joe Biden giving remarks at
You don't just get to say that. He said it.
the same
So
time
I
as
can
Kamala
answer that.
Harris?
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
I'll give you that. You don't have to give him nothing. He said it. You had to scratch your head at some of this stuff. It's like, what the hell are they talking about, bro? What is going on? But the funny thing about it to me was, Trump, this is why I like Trump. He don't care, bro. They say all this stuff about him. This man will pull up at a McDonald's, get him some fries and a burger, stop at a fast food restaurant. It's BS, bro. Oh, he's racist. That's not what a racist look like. Have you seen what racists look like now? Do you know what racists look like now? They got bad haircuts. They out of shape. And they don't get no women. They are disgusting people. And they wear masks and they cover up their face. They hide. And when people chase them, they start running. Those are the racists and Nazis that you scared of. I ain't worried about them. But yeah. But after Joe Biden said all of that, then you got Trump. This was funny to me. This dude pulled up in a dump truck.
Is that free beer out of the trash cans? No, this is 6-pack or whatever. 12-pack for the guys.
Dude hanging out the window. Look at him. Hanging out the window. This is crazy. But everybody who's, just not watching this, man. What's up, Miss Sassy? What's going on? Hold on, what you talking about? It's the truth. Anyhow, what do you mean, Miss Sassy? What's the truth? Are you agreeing with me, or are you going with the fact that Trump is a Nazi and a fascist and racist? Is that what you're saying? But if you're just joining me, like Miss Sassy, can y'all go to my poll? If you can see it over here under the video. It says, who are you voting for? You can type hashtag Harris or you can type hashtag Trump. It should register with the poll. You should see this pie chart change. Oh, that's right. Okay, you're agreeing with me. Okay, I appreciate it. You come a long way, Miss Sassy. I remember when you was you was on the other side of things. Man, I'm gonna put a little. Anybody want to join me on the chat? Wait a minute, I got another one. Anybody want to join me on the chat? Type join in the comments section. I'd like to hear from you. I'd like for you to come up and tell me what you think. Let me know if you vote for Harris or Trump. Let me know what you think about this whole Donald Trump and Joe Biden situation, where Joe Biden is calling everybody, all Trump supporters, garbage. Miss Sassy, funny. Yeah. Calling everybody garbage and whatnot. He also, what did he had something to say as well. Let me play that here.
Is answering some questions from reporters.
Joe Biden to make that statement, it's really a disgrace.
You said the other day that the military could be used, that the military or the National Guard could be used on election day if necessary. Can you explain what you meant by that in detail?
I don't think they'll have to be used. I think we're going to have a big victory. And I think 250 million people in this country are going to be very happy because we're going to bring the country back. We're a nation in decline, very, very serious decline. And we're going to bring our country back.
Did you know that Elon Musk was...
I got to tell you my honest opinion about it. At first, they had me caught up on the whole, this guy's going to do this, he's going to do this. But when I really got to thinking about it and seeing how the first presidency went, and nothing happened. I actually was getting more money than I had ever gotten. I think the dude is just about money. I don't think he really sees no color. He just like who he like. Now, we all have our little biases. Now, that's just the truth. We all have our little biases one way or the other. But to think that he's gonna try to harm the black community just because, I really don't see it. I don't see that. Some of the things that he's going against are things he used to be for. He used to be a Democrat. Now he's a Republican. So that tells you a lot. That tells you he already said that he would run as a Republican. So I just think we have to be more careful when you try to claim that somebody's fascist or a Nazi just because you don't agree with them. I don't agree with the Democrats. I just think they're stupid and they got bad policies. I don't think a lot of people think it's something deviant about a lot of them. Besides the LGBTQ community, I think it's something going on there. But just the general Democratic person, I know people who are Democrats in my family. I don't look down on them like, oh man, they're strange, they're weird. They got all this stuff going on. The crazy part about it is some of them don't even agree with this whole LGBTQ stuff, but yet they'll vote for it, which is kind of strange to me. And I've done it, but now the older you get, I see how they say you can become more conservative because you start to live life more. You start to get more bills. You get more involved with politics, more involved in life and people, and you see how these things affect you differently. And your values and your thoughts about things just change over time.
Close contact with President Bush. Did you know about this? Did you know about Elon Musk at all and close communication?
No, I don't know. Elon is a great guy. He's one of our geniuses, and we have to protect our geniuses. We have to take care of our geniuses. There aren't too many of them. Yes, please.
Puerto Rico an apology for what the comedian said?
No, I love Puerto Rico, and Puerto Rico loves me. I don't know anything about a comedian.
It was a comedian that said it, bro. It wasn't Trump. It wasn't Trump that said it. It was a comedian. Did Trump go over his jokes and say, okay, say this, don't say that? Come on, man. And for one, I listened to it. He attacked a lot of different groups. He's a comedian. That's what they do. A lot of them are self-deprecating. They talk about themselves. They talk about blacks. They talk about whites. They talk about gays. They talk about straight people. They talk about dogs. They talk about cats. They talk about single people. They talk about married people. They don't care. It's comedy.
I love Puerto Rico. Nobody's done more for Puerto Rico than me. I took care of them when they had the big hurricanes, and nobody gets along better with Puerto Rico and the Puerto Rican people than me. They love me and I love them. Go ahead.
And I seen a video. I don't have it right now, but it was Puerto Ricans waving Trump flags, riding around, just like you see in America. When you see these Trump trains, the same thing was going on over there. So for y'all to say, oh, he's saying all this bad stuff about him, what are they doing? They like Trump. See, unlike y'all, a lot of people don't let little things affect the way they're going to vote. They don't let other people sway them or something what somebody said on TV. They don't regurgitate talking points. We just go for what we know and what we like. We like the policies. We like the way that we think that he's going to take this country, what direction he's going to take this country in. That's what we like. But hey, to each his own. Like I say, if y'all just joining me, man, if y'all check this poll out at the bottom, it says, who are you voting for? I don't think I got any votes so far. But you can type hashtag Trump if you're voting for Trump. Hashtag Harris if you're going to vote for Harris. Or I have a link in the chat box. If you don't mind, you could just go to that link on the page and just vote from there. And I appreciate it. What else did I have here? Well, this is another narrative, man, I've been seeing about black people in these stimulus checks, and that's the reason why we vote for Trump, is because he's the one who got us these stimulus checks. Who's saying that? I don't know any black person that's voting for Trump because of a stimulus check. I haven't heard that from any black person. Oh, I'm voting for Trump because he gave us a stimulus check. It was $1,200. That's not life-changing money. So we're going to wait 4 years to get another $1,200 check. That's how bad it is for us. BS. Ain't no black person, I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican, said that they waiting on a $1,200 check from Trump. Or a $1,200 check from anybody, period. Sure, people was happy to get it. Ain't no doubt about that. But to say that's the reason why people are voting for Trump is because of a $1,200 check, it's ridiculous. Doesn't make sense. Like I say, if you just joining me, man, make sure you vote for that poll that I got down there. It says, who are you voting for? Hashtag Trump, hashtag Harris. You can put that in the comment section. Or I do have a link in the comment box that you can hit. And it should register in the poll.
And you've heard this a lot, that things were better under Trump. How widespread do you believe that is?
I don't believe that.
No, I'm saying, but it is.
How would he know? Can he feel it? People like Jermaine Dupri, can he feel it? He don't know. Trust me. These people have so much money, they don't. Whether gas is $1 or $3, they can see it, but they're not paying attention, bro. They probably don't even know what the gas prices was when they pulled up to the pump when you got that much money. When you got millions and millions of dollars, you just filling up your tank and you driving off. Stop.
And they have this.
Well, they are. That's crazy.
That's what it is. They have this in their mind,
right?
That, you know, as Newface said on the video, the stimulus checks, they're paying attention to.
We letting a rich guy who probably don't even check gas prices tell us that we was waiting on a stimulus check. Regular working class people was waiting on a stimulus check, so we waited 4 more years to get another $1,200 stimulus check. Just idiots, bro. Stop talking to these people. Talk to regular people. You got D.L. Hughley, who's just all over the place. I can't stand D.L. Hughley for obvious reasons. Can't stand it.
Things like that, and they're not hearing the information that needs to be heard.
Right.
You know, the stimulus checks, the locking people up for selling weed.
Right.
These are the street topics that's happening.
Sure.
They've always locked people up for selling weed.
That's all I keep hearing from.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And I feel like it's really important that we as men in this room we give them the facts today.
But there was a specific reason that Donald Trump, even though he didn't give those checks out, there was a specific reason he delayed them so he could put his name on it. He knew it would have that effect.
Correct.
He knew who.
He just wanted to put his damn name on it, bro. So if the checks would have come from Joe Biden or a Democrat, then we would have, okay, that's what I'm gonna vote for. That's insulting black people's intelligence, man. To say that a lot of us are voting for a check. That's why I get angry when, and I'm not going to do it on this live, but that's why I've gotten angry on other videos that you may have seen of me on YouTube where they talk about this stuff. It's like we don't have no kind of just thinking about ourselves where we vote for stupid things like checks and because somebody is black, because they're perceived to be brown skinned or minority. Like, we don't vote on policies. Black people who are voting for Trump, we don't vote on policies, or just black people in general. We don't vote on policies. We don't vote for what we think the direction of this country is going in. We don't vote that way. We just vote for checks, waiting on somebody to cash us out. I'm waiting for 4 years so I can get another $1,200 check. I'm gonna sit on my butt. I'm gonna wait for me to get some government assistance. I don't really want to do anything. I'm a lazy bum. It's insulting. We gotta stop that as well. Stop letting them tell us how to think, how to feel, what to vote for. And that's how the Democratic Party treats black people. We're just gonna tell you who to vote for. You don't worry about no policies, don't do no research. We'll just tell you what to do. You just follow our lead, and then when you really need something, we won't even help you. We'll help other people who just get into this country. But that's okay, because that's what you should do. You should always be willing to help other people. Other groups don't mind asking for things for themselves. They don't mind asking for specific things for their group, and they don't include anybody else. But when black people do it, they shame you and make you feel bad. Make you feel like you're a bad person for saying, oh, I want this specifically for black people. Don't you ever say specifically for black people. You always have to say black and brown. You always have to say black and minority. Black and LGBTQ. Black and women. That's the sad part about it. We've been brainwashed to think like that. Well, you know, he said this and oh man, he said this about the immigrants. I can't vote for him. Look, it's not my problem. And it's okay to vote for you and your people. It's okay. It's okay to be selfish. Sometimes you have to be. Like I say, we're the only group of people that they shame us for thinking that way. But it was a lady, Shamika Michelle. She's usually with Jason Whitlock. Yeah, I like some of the stuff she says. I like where she comes from. I really do. I respect a lot of her thoughts. And she spoke on the Beyonce showing up to the Kamala Harris rally and the feminist cult. I just wanted y'all to hear some of her thoughts on that as well.
Ladies. what's better with feminism? Like, what's better? Because to me, it seems we have traded husbands for baby daddies, which means we have traded provision for government dependency. And for all of you who can take care of yourselves, you know, the most educated, y'all are walking around here like a bunch of lesbians, a bunch of independent dykes, just complimenting each other for no reason. Oh, you ate down. Oh, period poo. Oh, girl, you look good. Just trying to make yourselves feel better. But what's better? I watched Beyonce and Kelly walk out on the stage. Beyonce in a dress, Kelly in a suit, as if they're sending subliminal messages to women. Subliminal, I don't need a man bullshit. And y'all eating it up. Two married women with children supporting the party of death.
Exactly. These people will be married and telling you, oh, you can have an abortion, and they will never get an abortion. And they will always get married. It's your choice to do this and do that. And they'll get married. What was they were saying about Beyonce? She had all these songs about independent this, independent that. Then she got married, had kids, had a family. Telling you, you ain't got to do that. And doing a complete opposite. It's crazy. I mean, at first, when I was on that side, I really thought like that. I was really brainwashed to really thinking like that. When, in fact, I didn't even agree with a lot of stuff that was said. But I thought I was doing the right thing by voting Democrat. I was actually protecting women. I'm really hurting women. It just feels like women, they feel like they have some type of power when they have all of these choices. But actually, they lose a lot of power when they have all those choices, to be honest with you. Because they think too emotionally. Men, we think more straightforward. We think more linear. What's going to be the consequences? We have our emotions that we feel like, dang, I don't want to do this. But I know if I don't do it, it's going to hurt me in this way. It's going to affect me in these ways. It's going to hurt my family. So be it. But see, women, they vote. That's going to hurt me. So I can't vote for that. Even though in the end it'll be good for you. But I can't, in the short term, it's going to hurt. Man, we know things are going to hurt. It's just like men when we growing up and we're playing sports. At first, I know a lot of guys, you get screamed at by the coach and you get mad. Why did he say this to me? Why did he take me out the game? But as you get older, it doesn't affect you as much. When the coach screams at you, you kind of, okay, yeah, I messed up. All right, I'm gonna sit on the bench right here this time. But when I get back out there, I'm gonna get it done right. I'm gonna fix it. That's just how men think. Like I say, men think more linear, women think more emotionally.
Death to babies, death to traditional families, and nothing is better. Y'all not better wives. You're not better mothers. Your kids are running.
I like to say they don't even want to be wives. One of the reasons why I've checked out from this whole dating scene. I just recently had some things that's going to happen for me that's going to be big. Big, huge, like Trump say. Huge. I hate to say it, but I don't think I'll be getting married, man. I'm not letting my future be ruined by somebody trying to get me for my money. Somebody trying to take something from me. I'm not going to be with somebody who's going to just up and decide, oh, I'm done. Yeah, let me go and get half of that, half of this. Let me go and get out of here. While I got half of your stuff, then I'm going to get with somebody else who's going to fund me fully. And I'll keep half of what you got and spend that and enjoy the rest of my life. And leave you to start over. I don't think that's going to happen this time. It's sad to say that. And I know a lot of men think like that. Especially now. But it's just the way that society has taken us, where you're just like, do I really want to do this? Should I get married? Especially the way that women have so many options. Do I want to be an option? Do I want to be on the back burner? Do I want to be, oh, well, I'll just go with you. I'll just date you. Or I'll just marry you because I didn't get the guy that I wanted. Well, what's going to happen when that guy becomes available that you always wanted? You're going to be gone. I'm not playing that game.
Tearing up communities. We don't have better corporations. So if y'all running the world, you're running it into the ground. Tell me what's better. And honestly, I wish y'all would shut up with this whole, we are the most educated. Because from where I sit, you may be the most educated, but you're dumb as fuck. As fuck!
Dumb as fuck. And gonna be the most lonely if you keep taking this approach with everything. I sit around and I've been on Twitter and I listen to women all day. Ain't no man gonna do this, ain't no man gonna do this. I can do what I want to do. And in the same breath, you could wait a couple of days later. Oh, I'm tired of working. I wish I could get a man and he just take care of me. I'd be a housewife. I cook and clean. See, that's how they operate. Whatever's convenient for them. However it is that's going to benefit them and in that moment, that's what they're going with. Not for the long term, but in the moment. You know, me being independent and shitting on dudes and having sex with everybody and cheating on everybody and talking to 5 and 6 different guys at one time. Okay, I'm done with that now. I want to get married. I got 3 kids. I'm ready. And you're just supposed to accept it. Not me. Not me at all. I won't be doing it. But, like I say, man, if y'all could, vote for that poll down there. I'll leave it up for a while if you're watching this video. I'm about to get off of here. And make sure y'all go to my YouTube channel. Follow me on YouTube at Roddy Rod Show. I've been putting a little bit more content over there. I'm kind of getting away from this whole Twitter live stuff. I mean, I'll still do live sometime, but I don't think I'll be doing them as much. I'll be doing more stuff on YouTube because I've been actually, like I said, I'm getting a lot of traction. I only have like 150 subscribers, maybe a little less than that. But I've got videos that go up to 500 to 1,000. I got one that's working on 2,000 right now. And I think that's pretty good because I go on some people's pages and they've had channels for 7 years with videos and they only got 5 and 6 views. So I feel like I'm just going to continue with what's working for me. I'll be on her occasionally, probably not as much as I used to be going live. But yeah, you should see me from time to time on her. But for the most part, like I say, you can really catch me on YouTube at Roddy Rod Show. You can catch me on TikTok at The Real Roddy Rod. You can catch me right here on X at DJ Roddy. You can also follow me on Rumble. I'm going to start putting more content over there. It's probably going to be more because I'm more free to say more things than I am on Twitter. I mean, Twitter and YouTube. I can kind of speak how I want to speak because honestly, I'm a type of person. I use a lot of language. So if you follow me over there as well, just follow me for the time being, and I eventually get some content going over there. It's going to be a little bit more harsh. So if you can't take that, just don't get on Rumble. I'm serious, because some stuff I'm going to specifically put on Rumble because I'm free to talk how I want to talk. So, like I said, if you don't like that type of content, don't even worry about Rumble. That won't be the channel for you. But yes, as always, make sure you follow me on those pages. If you go to YouTube, subscribe, watch some videos. Make sure you hit the like button, share some of the videos, as well as on X. Make sure you share this and like this as well. And I appreciate it, man. And I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.
You might have seen me, nigga, with a rack or two. And if I had to bring them choppers, they go